When most people think about money, they imagine piles of cash or coins. They picture government printing presses creating money, and that's where they stop. But the truth is far more surprising. Banks are responsible for creating most of the money we use every day. It sounds strange, right? How can a bank create money out of nothing? Isn't money supposed to be backed by gold or some real asset? In modern economies, that is no longer the case. Most money exists digitally as numbers in bank accounts, and banks are at the heart of this system. So how does it work? It all starts with lending. When a bank gives a loan, say to buy a house, it doesn't hand out existing cash. Instead, it creates a deposit in the borrower's account. This deposit is new money. The borrower can now spend it, pay contractors, or buy a home. The money didn't exist before the loan, but now it's circulating in the economy. This process is sometimes called fractional reserve banking. Banks are required to keep only a fraction of deposits as reserves. The rest can be lent out. When they lend money, it enters the economy as spending, creating income for someone else. That income may be deposited in another bank, allowing that bank to lend again. One loan can create multiple rounds of new money. Think about it this way. If a bank has $1,000 in deposits and the reserve requirement is 10%, it only needs to keep $100. The remaining $900 can be lent out. The $900 loan becomes a deposit in another bank, which can then lend 90% of it again. In this way, the original deposit can generate many times its value in new money. This system is powerful, but it also explains why money supply grows faster than physical cash. Most of the money in the economy today is digital, created by banks, not printed by governments. Cash is only a small fraction of the total money circulating. But why do banks create money like this? The main reason is economic growth. Money needs to circulate to fuel spending, investment, and production. By lending, banks allow businesses to expand, people to buy homes, and governments to fund projects. Without this process, growth would be slow because people and businesses would have to save for years before affording big investments. At the same time, this system encourages innovation because businesses can access money faster, start new projects, and hire workers sooner than they could with savings alone. However, there is a risk. When too much money is created too quickly, it can lead to inflation. Prices rise because there is more money chasing the same goods. That's why central banks closely monitor the banking system and can adjust interest rates or reserve requirements to control money creation. Another important point is that debt and money are closely linked. When a borrower repays a loan, the money is effectively destroyed. The repayment reduces deposits in the banking system. So the total money supply is constantly changing based on lending and repayment. In a way, money only exists as long as debt exists. This also explains why modern economies are highly dependent on credit. Without lending, spending slows, businesses cut back, and economic growth falters. Banks, by creating money through loans, act as engines of growth, but also as sources of risk if the system becomes unstable. Understanding this system changes how we see money entirely. It's not just paper or coins. Most money is digital, created by banks, circulating through loans and repayments. It's a delicate balance between growth, spending, and risk. So next time you think about money, remember, it's not just government printing. The banks are working behind the scenes, creating much of the money you use every day. And that process is what keeps modern economies moving. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel.